first?
I'll go first. So I'm looking at the questions because I'm a sophomore, psychology major. Not sure what I want to do with it yet. Maybe business side or even like the stuff we talked about in like chapter 1. Like I'm kind of still learning all the different types of fields. Like so I'm not sure. Space psychology sounds kind of cool. So once we learn more about that, I think the class is gonna help me figure out more what I want to do. I've taken Psych 111 with Grace. I like the class, and I took development psychology with Meriwether. I also really like that class. And then now I'm taking stats and the psychotherapy. I like working out. So I go to the gym, I play with my sister, my boyfriend. I like going on walks with my mom, my dog. And those are some of my hobbies. And then I took this class because I think it sounded more interesting than the other experimental courses. And like a lot of my family goes to therapy and stuff like that, so I can relate to it more. So yeah, that's all about me.
My name's Jordan. I'm currently a sophomore. This will be my third psychology class I've taken. I took Psych 111 and Developmental Psych, and I'm also taking stats. Some of my hobbies include I love to go to the gym, weightlift with my sister. I like to read. I like to find new songs and artists and some music with my boyfriend and my family. And I love to have game nights and just find new like card games. Yeah. And one of the main reasons why I was interested in taking this class is because growing up, I know a lot of people who have disabilities and use their free services. And this class probably is going to be the most interesting psych class I've taken so far because I get to kind of see what kind of field I want to go, the specific job I want to go into. And for a while, I always wanted to be a therapist or social worker. I just wasn't aware that there were so many different types. So it's really cool to see that it's not just like one thing. There's a lot to get into. So I think this class will definitely help me go forward in education and help me like find a specific one I like. So that's me.
I can go next. So I'm a sophomore. This is my fourth psychology class, so I took 111 first semester last year, and then I did stats and developmental last semester, which was definitely a challenge, but I passed, so that was fine. Um, let's see. For like psychology, I'm interested in forensic psychology. So once I like have the right credit hours, I'm gonna apply for the minor here because there's a forensic health minor through the nursing department, which is really cool. Um, so my hobbies, I'm a dancer, and I like continue. I've done that since I was like 5, and then I continued that like in college. There's like a company that I'm in here. Um, that's like my main thing. Sometimes I go to the gym, occasionally. Um, sometimes I hang out with friends a lot. I like at home. I like hang out with my parents a lot. Um, there's a lot of people talk. I'm in the dining hall right now. There's like a ton of people like just coming out. This class. So I took this class because it seemed really interesting, and it's like been on my list for like the experimental courses that I want to take. So I was like happy to get into this one, and then yeah, I think like with like forensic psychology, I don't really know what path I want to go with that, but like seeing like the like clinical and like therapy side of it, like how I could apply that to forensic psychology is definitely interesting to think about, and yeah.
That's so funny that you said that because I actually was looking at the forensic health minor also because I took anthropology 245.
Which one is that?
It's like both those in forensic science, but that's what like got me. And I always liked forensic, like watching the shows, but like that kind of got me interested in it. I was looking into it, but I'm not sure. I gotta see if I have time to do it. That I was looking at either that or like the 4+1, the business one with it. But do you know when you have to? I think you have to have a certain credit.
You have to have like 60 credit hours, and then like, but all the courses I'm pretty sure are online. They're
Yeah,
like
and they
online asynchronous, and like I think they're like between 2 and 3 credits. And from like when I looked into it, like people said how it's like an easy like add-on for it. But like I was trying to get into one for like they fill up really fast because it's like through
It's
the
a nursing
nursing department.
Yeah.
But I know like once you apply for the minor and like if you get in, then they like prioritize you for it. But like right now, it's just like not really an option.
Yeah. Because I can't apply yet either. I don't have enough credits. I think
Mhm.
after this semester, when I was looking at the deadlines to apply, it's like they don't have one like after the fall semester. I think it's like
Yeah.
only like this big summer or something.
Yeah.
But I still actually, I totally forgot that I was looking into that. But I already have my notes like see if I can apply because like that also sounds really interesting.
And I was like trying to take like the summer classes for it, but then it was like you're not a sophomore standing yet, even though we already like completed like freshman year. So I was like, that's
Yeah.
annoying. But eventually, I'll get into one of those classes.
Is forensic psychology, is that like crime stuff?
Yeah, so it's like applying like psychology to like the law, and there's like a lot of different like aspects to it. Like some people work like in jails and stuff with like criminals, and then like other people like they'll do like family court and stuff. So that's like at like law firms or whatever. There's a lot of different like applications for it that I don't really know where I'm gonna go with it, but yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to work with like people in prison and stuff. That'd be cool.
That's like always interested me, just like true crime and stuff. So then I was like, this is a cool option for my future.
Yeah, if you could take the anthropology 245, because I took it for like one of my, I think it's for like the science and athletics.
Yeah.
And like with Abigail Butterstein, I think it was like my favorite class. Like favorite professor, she looked so nice and so passionate about it.
What's like the name of it?
It's Anth 245.
Okay, I'll keep that one in mind.
And the professor, I think her name was like Abigail Bernstein. It was her first year teaching that class. She has other like anthropology, biological classes, but she was really good.
Cool.
All right, I guess I'll go now. So my name's Ciara. I'm a junior actually. I started at Buffalo and then transferred here, like literally my second semester. And I started doing business there, and I just hated it. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I always kind of liked Psych, and so I started that here, and I really liked it. So I've taken 111, I've taken stats and developmental. I like developmental a lot. But I took this class because I am kind of interested in like therapy and like working with people like that. I kind of like that he's like explaining the different fields and like what you need for them. Like, so I think I'm leaning more towards like a clinical psychologist. I don't really want to go to med school for like psychiatry. I guess my hobbies, I work, so that kind of takes up a lot of time. But I used to play softball. So in the summer, I joined like one of those like beer leagues with like 40-year-old men and stuff, and that was fun, I guess. But I like to work out. I like to go on hikes, I guess. That's really it.
Where do you work?
I work at Wilson, the hospital.
What do you do there?
I work in the lab.
Whoa.
So I like get specimens. Yeah, it's fun.
Wait, so did all of us
are you guys from like? Sorry, what?
I was just asking because all of us take developmental.
Yeah.
Like, what's everyone like Merriweather opinions? Because that's definitely been like, because I kind of loved her.
I like her too.
Yeah.
Really?
I had her twice. Yeah, I like. I don't know. There was like mixed feelings about her, but like, I actually liked her.
I liked how she made it interesting, and like she was very like preparing for like a first semester. I was like, this is like getting me into it. Like, did I study? Debatable, but
no, yeah.
Like the pop quizzes like kind of got me.
But they were stressful, but like low key would keep me like working for the test, instead of other classes just being nothing until the test. I liked how we had extra credit and the quizzes. No, yeah, I liked her. I actually enjoyed going to that class.
Yeah, it was hard, but she was really nice.
I liked her little extra credit things.
Yeah. If I did good on a test, I feel really proud of myself.
Definitely a lot of studying.
Yeah.
But the pop quizzes kind of scared me, but I ended up doing good in them, which kind of helped me, so I didn't have to take the final because I did good on the test, but that was a lot of studying because the textbook it was so much textbook stuff. But I ended up working out, I guess.
I liked when she did her little extra credit recap at the end, and it was all those the stupid things that people wrote on what's your love interest, what's your soulmate like.
Oh, yeah. So the studies were kind of cool. For the textbook, you kind of figured out what you need to study, and there were certain they're mostly the studies or experiments, but some of them were actually pretty interesting, weird.
Yeah, they were actually the ones she talked about in class were actually kind of cool.
Yeah, she always talked about the odd ones.
Right.
She always went back to the one with the circumcision kid. That's one of the only ones I remember. She always talked in 111 and in developmental. We went back to that one, and I was
no.
David Reimer. I remember him.
Yeah.
A lot of it was kind of nice actually having her for both classes, because a lot of the things that I remember them exactly, but I was since you talked about the studies, I was I remember.
I didn't realize how much of an overlap there would be from 111 to developmental specifically until we were okay, this is the track that you're supposed to follow. And developmental's good to apply for psychology. Everyone should take that because
yeah.
Does she teach upper level courses or just the intro classes? I think she'd be good at that.
I think she does what is it? She does
electives, right?
I think maybe in the research studies for honor students when there's the selected professors. I've seen her name on the professors that run those, but she also has her lab, so I know that she's doing a lot with the human sexuality lab. So
yeah, her husband.
Yeah, I had her husband.
I had him last semester.
What'd you have him for?
I had him for bioanthro.
Yeah, bioanthro, yeah.
That class almost killed me.
Oh my god, that almost killed me too.
David Merriweather was out to get me, I swear.
Oh, he was. He was.
I saw them walking one time.
Really?
I saw them walking, it was they were holding hands, it was so cute.
There was one time when he brought her a Subway sandwich when we were in class, and she was thank you, and I was that is so romantic.
So cute.
Yeah, I live in CIW, so he's in charge of that. So he brings alpacas. I don't know if you guys know, but
on the Snapchat stories, they always anytime the alpacas are out, everyone's posting them.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I learned he's actually I didn't know it was him until after he was talking to us. He was really sweet, but it was just funny because it was oh my god, that's our professor's husband.
Was he tough as a professor?
He was just yeah, he went really fast. If you saw
that.
Merriweather goes fast, but her slides are very minimal and you have to follow along with it. He just puts everything on the slide, and then it's trying to copy down the really important information that he put on there, and then he goes on tangents a lot, kind of like Mrs. Merriweather does, and then it was just it was a lot.
It was hard.
Did he post the slides or no?
He posted them, but they were
no.
It's there's a lot on it, but then again he explains so much in class that it's if you don't get it all written down.
Yeah, and I would be writing the slides as he was talking, so I'd miss what he said. I'm okay.
The lab sessions we had with the TAs, that was what got me through, because that was slower lessons again on the specialized topics we were talking about, because bioanthro is so
it was
huge. It was, there's so much with it.
As soon as we started talking about genuses, I was
I was gone. I was literally gone.
So that stuff is no interest.
And I literally only took it for the science math elective, because I was okay, this one seems interesting. Regret, major regret.
The teacher that me and Sydney had put together for the books, Cones and Friends.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Also teaches biological anthropology, but it was full. I tried to get it to have my 2 sciences, because she also teaches that, so I wonder how she is compared to him. But yeah.
It was funny because his slides were almost like hers.
They were like you
So,
know like
yeah,
what
they
use
same.
like the same form, like the same
Yes.
like word
Style.
template
Yeah.
with like the little like pink squiggly on the side and like the same font.
Yeah.
Okay, could make them together like at night.
I feel like they do. I feel like they just like sit there and they type their little slides, and then they probably judge each other for it, maybe, like, because they even though they keep the same format, like they do the slides very differently. So like, because she's like, I like minimal slides with like the kids for the kids to follow, and then his would be like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, all she
I don't know what
had
I'd
was
rather
like,
have.
all she had was like the vocab words, which kind of seems confusing because I suppose I didn't get it or she skipped it. It was a little unorganized, but like
That's why I
at least
liked,
all you
because she put like the outlines in
for the
Yeah,
test.
in the bright
I would just
space.
copy and
So I
paste
would copy paste that and then like type in like the little details in between. And so that was
And
like,
I kind of like that better than like having all the notes there, because it makes me listen more, and you don't have to include everything.
Mhm.
Sometimes just would go on like a tangent, but like
because then
I
you
like
know like what the
those-
important stuff is.
yeah, it'd be kind of stressful. But you kind of condense it into like little terms, so like or go back and like I would try to write everything she said, and then I go back and I would like kind of like condense it.
Yeah, yeah.
They were long, but like when it's just me like taking notes and reading like basically just typing down what they're saying, or just like on the board, it's just so much. When it's like, I cannot listen to what they're saying.
Right, because sometimes like the professors will like say things like in between, but like if you're typing down like that whole slide,
At all times,
it's like
right?
I missed that like little thing that's gonna be on the test later that like they mentioned once.
Stressful.
Any other classes you guys took that was like, really cool and interesting?
I feel like last semester I took all science and math, and it was literally like the worst idea ever because I did developmental stats and then intro to geography
Did you
and
like
bioanthro.
stats?
I liked stats. I liked my professor and like.
Who had boring as a professor?
I did.
So like, wait, quick question. Sorry, I cut you off, Elise. But like,
No, you're good.
for like, remember like the mind tap thing?
Yeah.
Like apparently this year it's like it's included in our like our bill and stuff. So it's like I'm trying to access it. There's no like code. It's like so confusing. It's like I don't even know how to like access it. But
you can't get it like through the bookstore.
You had to pay for it. Did you have to pay for it?
Yeah, I paid for it.
Yeah, apparently it's like
Pay for it.
he said it's like already it goes to my bill.
I would pay to access my homework. Like,
It's
okay.
so annoying.
And it was like $100. And I was like,
Mhm.
are you joking?
Honestly, like last semester, I had to buy a bunch of books for this class. No, not last semester. Last fall, I had to buy a bunch of books, and like I mean, the books like we literally read like 6 or 7 books, and we couldn't find them online, so it was like it's so annoying having to buy like every little like book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It adds up. I already spent like $2.
Yeah, like my one class, I'm in like a sociology class, and there's no textbooks, but she made us get 7 like just books, like reading books. I'm like 7.
No, I was in this class. I dropped it. It was like some kind of intro to sociology, or it was sociology 200. I couldn't get to like the 100. And he made us print out these long ass like articles, like 20 pages, 30 pages. It was
The printing is
much.
crazy because like you're just sitting there like.
I literally jammed the printer. I ended up dropping the class. It was just I was printing these out and I wasn't even reading them. It was just like gibberish. I could not understand it. Make you bring to class, but like I was like, why am I printing now? I should like. It was my it was like first week and my folder was like huge. I'm like, this can't be real. Like I'm not doing this.
Right. Like, have you guys taken any classes that you just hated?
Bioanthro.
So I took a political philosophy class, and that was the worst.
Ooh.
You drop it, you stayed in it.
I stayed in it, and it was just bad. It was
Like
bad.
what was bad about it? Just like
It was just like I'm into philosophy, but I'm not really into politics. So it was just like, oh my god, it was just like analyzing like law and
yeah.
I took bio 114, and it just like it was the intro bio class with Armstrong. I don't know if you heard, but like so hard for no reason, and I didn't meet it. It was just I was picking my classes with my
It's a waste of a class.
and it was one of the side subjects. Okay, like intro to bio, like I'm like, why did I didn't even need it. I could have something else. But like, I ended up doing fine in class. But like,
You made the test.
like there's so much work to get like everyone gets 60 on the tests. But like that was like good. That was like a good grade.
That's crazy. No, because like if your class's average is a 60, like what are you
Doesn't
doing? Like that's not
And
like
then
a good thing.
And I'm like, well, what am I even getting right? Like, it was just the test, and during lectures, we would, have your own group, and my groups were all pre-med, older than me, and I'm like, why am I in this? And then, like, the assignments in class had nothing to do with the test, so we post videos. You would watch the videos before, take notes. Like, if him lecturing, like, I think he just wanted to give us so much information and not have to teach it, like, during lecture, and the assignments were just, like, these crazy assignments, never on the test, and then the tests were like, God, it was so hard. Like, I literally thought,
yeah, the material was actually interesting. The material was interesting, but like, it's just
and even curve your grades, so you ended up doing okay. But still, I'm like, I didn't take anything from my class. I do not remember.
I don't understand why no teachers like curve here. I'm like,
Yeah.
if your grade's like an average 60, can you just curve it, please? Like,
yeah. I remember, like, I had this history class, and like, we had no extra credit, no nothing, just the test. And it was her first year teaching, and it was like sitting there writing notes, and it was like an intro to, I have no idea what history was, to be honest. But I'm not bad at history. It's kind of like high school history all in one, if that makes sense. And then like people kept on emailing for extra credit, and she gave like 0.2 points if you got like these quizzes, and like they were so hard to get 100 on, but like everyone just like look around, and the class ended up being like my best class that first semester, but it wasn't too good. It just like was not interesting. Just like some people just don't know how to lecture, or like it's an intro class. Like,
wait, Elise, what bio class did you take?
Bioanthro.
Oh, yeah.
That one, never again.
I'll never
Literally
take
never do it again.
I'll never take a bio class if I don't have to.
Like that one, because I was like, the anthro part seemed interesting, because like there's a lot of topics, and then it was just not what I was expecting, and then it was like, because like it started off like very bio based, and I was like, this is good, I can do this. Like that was like why I kind of stayed with it, and then like missed the ad drop period, and then once we got into like the different like genuses and like evolution, like that stuff was like insane with how much like material we had to follow, and I was like,
this is an intro class.
Right. And then we have to like memorize like the brain capacity of like a genus Homo sapien, and like
like what distinguished.
Like, I was like, I don't remember that. I don't know.
So where's the anthropology part?
That's
exactly.
That's the anthro.
What did you miss? Like, I guess so. Yeah.
Because then we were like talking about like bones and like structures, and then we had to like measure things, and then we got into like forensic anthropology, which is like pathology with like bones in the ground and how people died. There's literally so many things that we talked about, and I was like very overwhelmed.
Honestly, so far I honestly like the higher level classes I've taken have been better than the intro, because I'm more specific. Like the bugs, bones, and forensics. It was like going about the different forensics fields. It was about like some body decomposition, but very little bit about that. Like the bugs, kind of gross, like in the body. But then a lot of it was just like kind of a basic forensics class, but it's just more specific. Like when it's 514 anthropology, biological anthropology, it's I feel like they're trying to get so many different topics in, and it's just like, so you do one, you did one topic, you're already done in the next one. Like,
right. And then like all of that's on the quiz or like the test, and I'm like, how did we get here?
What I missed. Yeah. So
hopefully you guys did good in it, Elise. So at least you could pass or did okay.
I got like a B-, and I'm done. So
yeah,
that's all I needed.
B- bio too. I was like, I'll take that.
Has it been? I think we're good.
Okay.
So I'll end it, and then I'll probably I'll edit it, and then I'll do that tomorrow, because it's not due till Thursday, and then I'll like get the YouTube link and figure that whole thing out.
Text it to us, so I can do all this minute, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll work on that tomorrow, and then should have it by Tuesday.
20 minutes, right? So I think we're over that.
I think we're good.
kind of cursed in there. I swear, like, not bad. Like, I kind of forgot. I thought we were going longer than it was. So, like, if you cut that out,
I'll figure it out.
I think it was bad. Maybe you can understand, but
I think he'll be fine with it.
Yeah. He seems to be relaxed.
He wants everyone just to talk, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully, imagine he presents these. Oh my god.
No, I know. Like,
oh my god.
Class.
But then we have to watch like a bunch of 20-minute videos.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
no.
Wait, also, me and Jordan in the same room. Do you hear us echoing right now? Like, is it fine? Okay. I just want to make sure.
Like the comment area.
Because one time, like, I think Jar was on Zoom, and then we were in the same room. We didn't answer a question, and it was like beeping really loud. And it was like echoing. So.
Yeah, no, that hasn't been doing this.
Okay, that's good.